It is not often that you see a military general declared emperor at the hands of their own army, but for Postumus, that is exactly what happened. Marcus Cassinianus Latinius Postumus, or simply Postumus, was emperor of the Gallic Empire between 260 and 269 AD. And despite ruling during a time of crisis and inflation, Postumus had a relatively interesting rule, which I will summarize very quickly, from his rise to power until his death. Postumus was a military man of Batavian descent, Batavian being the Germanic tribe, who rose through the ranks of the Roman army, becoming general in 260, when Emperor Valerian was captured by the Persians, which left his son and co-emperor Gallienus in charge of the empire. However, Gallienus was too preoccupied to concern himself with these claims, dealing with issues at the Danubian front, and the subsequent unrest following his father's capture and eventual death. However, many believe Gallienus to be too inexperienced to effectively rule the empire. Inevitably, Gallienus would leave his son, Salonius, and more importantly, General Postumus, in charge of protecting the Rhine, while he dealt with what was supposed to be the more important issues, which is exactly when the opportunistic Postumus really took his chance. The legions within the Rhine, displeased with Gallienus' performance, revolted and declared Postumus as emperor, with the catalyst being the conflict against the Juthungians, whom Postumus put on better military performance against, likewise giving the spoils of war to his legionaries under his command, as any soon-to-be Coupist would. After this, following a brief disagreement with Salonius, Postumus would siege Cologne and kill him, a victory of sorts, which obviously commanded a triumphal arch. Anyways, by 261, Postumus would finally be declared emperor of the Gallic Empire, an empire which held many similarities to the Roman Empire, and not just borders. The Gallic Empire had a council, Pontifex Maximus, Praetorian Guard, and even potentially a senate, amongst other similarities. During his initial reign, Postumus was successful, defending Gaul against the Germans and restoring security to the Gallic Empire, which in turn let him start producing relatively high-quality coinage for the era, which is likely attributed to Postumus's control over Spanish and British mines. Likewise, in 262 and 263, Postumus successfully defeated the Franks and Alemanni, which resulted in a relatively stable period for the Gallic Empire. However, if you are wondering what happened to Gallienus, you are rightfully curious, as surely he wouldn't just let a corner of the empire fall into a traitor's hands, right? Well, he was a bit preoccupied. It took Gallienus 4 years to even attempt to confront Postumus, which can primarily be thanked to the Germanic amongst other conflicts. But 4 years? Come on. Anyways, in 265, Gallienus launched a campaign to defeat Postumus, which failed due to his escape. However, once more, Gallienus would attempt, this time leading the campaign himself, which also failed as he was severely wounded. Following this conflict, Gallienus literally just let him be, and would not attempt to confront the emperor for the rest of his reign. In 266, the Gallic Empire returned to relative normality, with Postumus declaring his 4th consulship. However, by 268, the emperor and the Gallic Empire would face difficulties, with a sudden and sharp debasement of coinage alongside the rebellion of Aureolus, the general of Gallienus, who declared for Postumus. However, despite this, Postumus did not aid in the revolt, and Aureolus would eventually be defeated, marking a significant political blunder on the part of Postumus. And by 269, this would prove to be a crucial mistake, as while Postumus declared his 5th consulship, an usurper from Germanicus' superior, Lelian, would have plotted to take the throne. However, after only a few months, Postumus managed to capture and kill him, but when his armies wanted to plunder and siege the city, he refused, which angered the army so much that despite literally killing an usurper for him, they would inevitably turn on him and kill him, ultimately marking the end of the reign of Postumus, but not the end of the Gallic Empire. So, what can we take away from the rule of Postumus? If you gained your power by giving the military spoils of war, don't refuse them the spoils of war. Thanks for watching. I will see you next video.